5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're rolling. We got Kevin Raines in the Landi Lodge today. Kevin Raines, what's going on?
How's everybody doing?
So, Kevin, you got a new video dropping soon.
Yes,
Call
sir.
Me?
November 9th. It's called Call Me. That's a collaboration between myself and this Colombian producer. And, yeah, man, just dropping with the video and everything. November 9th. Look it up on YouTube. Look me up on Instagram. Kevin Raines 1. Yeah, things are about to get popping.
Is that where people can find you? Kevin Raines 1? Is that on
Yeah,
Instagram
on
and
Instagram,
YouTube?
man. No, Instagram, just Instagram. But then on November 9th, you could just type in Kevin Raines and find me on YouTube with
Awesome.
that video.
What YouTube channel can they find you at?
They just type it into search and they will find me.
They will find you. That's
They
Kevin
will find me.
Raines. Call Me. It's going to be sweet. Got a little sneak preview when I was in the car. Man's working on some hot stuff. Going to be good.
It's going to be pretty dope, you know.
All right, Kevin. So what's going on with you these days? What are you doing?
Well, I've been doing a lot of PT because I just recently destroyed my knee playing basketball. Yeah, I tore my ACL. I went on that Porzingis. We'll talk about the Knicks in a little bit, but yeah.
Well, that's what I got to say. You're quite a little comeback killer right now, man. You went down, but you're still fighting, man. You're raising that kid. You're pumping out some good tunes. You're doing what you need to do, both as a father and as a man.
Yeah,
It's a gangster comeback story. I'm really into it.
Thanks,
As your
man.
friend, it's cool to watch.
Thanks, man. Unlike the cornier version of 50 Cent, you know. But thank God for my wife and my kids. They support me, and I support them.
Well, you just had your first kid, right?
Yeah,
When was he born? A few
I
months
don't know.
ago.
Yeah, man. I'm really right now. May 30th. Wait, damn, was it May 30th? Let me look at my calendar real quick.
Yo, son.
Nah, man, I'm just smacked. You can ask my wife. I always get fucked up and like just forget shit.
Well, we've had a few here, and as you see, we are drinking label-less alcohol.
Yeah, he was born May 30th.
See, you got to trust your gut there, man.
Exactly.
Might be a
always
couple
do.
beers deep, but you got to trust your gut.
You know, but the thing is, it's just that I always mess it up. I always be like, the 29th. She goes like, nah, the 30th. But it was technically the 29th because the moment he was born.
Do
it
you
went
know
into
what his
12 o'clock.
zodiac sign is, Kevin?
I do.
That's all that really matters.
What type of British shit is that, man?
Some British shit. Well, you and I used to watch a lot of Community back in the day.
Oh, back in the day, this motherfucker introduced that shit to me. That shit is like crack.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Community, you might want to get on it. Great show. It's Dan Harmon, same creator as Rick and Morty.
Great show, great show.
Yeah,
Rick and
definitely
Morty-
worth a watch.
Rick and Morty is the titties on bread. Spread it like butter.
Well, when do you think they're going to drop that season 4? You think it's going to be a lot like season 3, where they dropped it like on April Fool's Day out of the blue? No, this isn't a joke. Or do you think we're actually going to have a release date we can wait for?
They didn't drop the season on April Fool's Day. They dropped one episode on April
One
Fool's
episode.
Day.
Yeah, I guess you see
When
what
did
I mean.
they drop the season, though? That's one.
I feel like that following summer, like July.
What month is it right now? Well, it's November, right?
It's November right now, yeah.
Right. It's November. So, hey, I hope they drop it in the summer. That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty
The
sweet.
summer is approaching, so that'd be freaking dope. That'd be pretty awesome to get a couple, like, and they said they're going to make more episodes. So I believe it's going to be, like, what, 15 episodes? That'd be awesome.
15 episodes a season. They think they got renewed for like 70 or something along those lines.
75 or 72, something like that. It would make more mathematical sense if it was 75, so we get, like, 5 more seasons.
That would be sweet.
You know what I mean? It'd be freaking...
I'd like to see it land on 9 seasons just because of that
man.
rant at the end of season 3, episode 1. If it takes 9 seasons, I'd
Oh,
love to
we're-
see it land. I'd love to see it land
It's
on
just
9
me and
seasons.
you, Morty. Me and you against the world. It's Rick and Morty. Morty and Rick forever. Yeah, you better turn me down before I destroy you.
Yeah, you're going to destroy their ears, but luckily, we can fix it in post. So what else you got going on? Playing any new games lately?
I've been playing a lot of NBA 2K, bro. Let me fucking tell you, bro. Don't buy that game. That shit is not for the weak of heart, the faint of heart, because that shit is you play against the motherfucking Warriors. You hold Steph Curry to 13 points. You hold Draymond Green to 10 points. You hold Kevin Durant to motherfucking like 15. But then motherfucking Klay Thompson scores 72 points, and then you just
So
gonna
I'm
cry.
not quite understanding. Are you telling people not to buy this game because of the Warriors?
They're not cutting me a check, man. I'm not going to say go out and buy the game. I'm just saying what frustrates me about the game. It's too goddamn real. It's too
Why?
real.
Because the Warriors are fucking unstoppable?
I signed a
Don't be a baby.
I signed the contract with the Knicks, man. That was the worst idea I ever did, man.
No. Honestly, now I give the game credit that it's a bad idea to sign with the Knicks, both in the game and in real life. It sounds pretty realistic to
The thing
me,
is just
buddy.
like the game is super realistic. Do not buy it if you're faint of heart. You got to be super nice if you play.
You have to understand that playing for the Knicks is a bad idea. If you want to play for the Knicks, don't buy the goddamn game. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Exactly, man. Don't play for the motherfucking Hornets. Don't play for the Bobcats.
Well, what do you think of the state of the Knicks right now? New coaching, young squad out there on the floor.
I'll be 100% honest with you.
Let's talk about the
I
Knicks.
got a lot of feelings about the Knicks, man. I hold them very near and dear to my heart. They are as much as blue and orange as I could get for a New York team. So I'm sorry, I'm a Yankee fan.
Fuck off.
But nah, man, like New York. That's why I backed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like
But nah, for like New York and everything, I got a lot of feelings. But I'm pretty excited with this new coach. I'm excited that they're giving him a chance because all the other coaches, they were just doo doo. You know what I mean? They were just poop floating in the toilet. But this guy, they're giving him an opportunity to grow with the young core. Sorry, hold on.
You're good.
To grow with the young core, building around Kristaps Porzingis. He sadly has come back from the torn ACL. But, hey, man, it's a tough injury to come back to. The surgery is ridiculous. The rehab is ridiculous, especially when you're 7'3", and you have to build up muscle. You got to build up with more weight. So you just got to think about the comeback. I personally hope that he doesn't come back this season so he could just have the proper rehab. I prefer him to come back next season.
I don't want them to rush him back.
Exactly.
We're not playing for anything right now.
Exactly.
Tank for picks. Let Porzingis come back slow.
If we tank this season, it won't be because we didn't try. These new young kids are exciting to watch. We definitely have a bunch of steals. Alonzo Trier was a steal. Mitchell Robinson didn't even go to college because he accepted some money on the low, allegedly. But that guy was a McDonald's All-American. He's playing amazingly. And the guy's a steal. They're all like 19. They're young. And Kevin Knox, not to mention him, the young man. He's coming back from a rolled ankle, but that guy's pretty talented. So I'm excited for the future. You know what I mean? Not necessarily right now. If we get a draft pick for next year, I'm not going to be mad at it. But what fan?
Well, I want top 5 draft pick.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what?
For real.
But
let's get another big man to stand up there with Porzingis.
Nah,
the young kids are cool and everything, but Porzingis is on another level from all of them.
Not necessarily. You
don't think so?
We got Ennis Cannon. That guy's pretty solid.
Fair enough.
He's a solid center. Mitch Robinson's solid coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench.
Solid.
I'm talking about hanging with Porzingis.
Man, but he's
you don't win. Dude, we got fucking
Kristaps Porzingis is a unicorn. That's a player.
No, he's not.
He's the star.
He's not. There's
he's
not
the
one of Kristaps Porzingis. But you need more than one star now.
No, but what
we have super teams out there now.
That's what you're making right now. We drafted.
I know, but that's why you got to draft another young kid.
We drafted a top 10 draft pick.
I want another one.
All right, well, next year.
Let's get that fucking. I want top 5, motherfucker.
What I'm saying is that
top 5.
You got to be pretty bad to get a top 5.
Let's be bad. Let's
no,
tank.
You can't do that.
Tank for picks.
It's un-American. It's un-American.
It's un-American. There's nothing more American than cunning strategy.
No, it's more un-American.
Tank for fucking
it's
picks.
It's the most un-American thing I've ever heard in my life. That's like babka.
You tank for picks until LeBron Jr.'s in the draft.
It's like say fuck apple pie and like eat babka. What's wrong with you? Babka's delicious, by the way, but I don't change it.
What is babka?
Babka's
Talk to me about babka.
It's like a quadruple layered chocolate pastry. It looks like a loaf, but when you cut into it, you can see the layers and the swirls of the chocolate.
Can you make me a babka?
I can't make it no damn babka. My wife probably can.
Meg?
Yeah, she's a baker, by the way. Meggie Cakes on Instagram. She's
delicious.
She works for Ferrari Dolce. It's a dope fucking bakery. If y'all ever in Huntington,
definitely a shout out to Meggie Cakes on Instagram at Meggie Cakes.
Definitely a shout out to Meggie Cakes, my wife, the Japanese sensation, the mother to my child. I love you.
Mother of Zachary.
Little Zachary.
But let's talk a little bit more about your music journey. I think people would find great interest in it that your music career actually started in Colombia. Did it not?
Man. And
so talk about that a little bit.
Well,
what was that like? Because you are bilingual. You're fluent in Spanish, so the transition must have been easy for you. You are Colombian.
Yeah.
You have family down there?
I used to have a lot of I got relatives down there, but everybody, like my immediate family, everybody moved up here, so that's the nice part. And
little sound check there. Go on.
Well, it started out there. Started making music out there. After high school, I just moved out there. Took a chance. Started making music. Got a couple opportunities, and then just kept going from there. I mean, we're just trying.
Well, what kind of stuff were you doing back then? Was it closer to R&B, or was it closer to the kind of stuff you're doing now?
It's closer to the stuff I'm doing now. Right now, I'm doing more like a Spanish or reggaeton type thing, Spanish trap type thing.
Spanish trap and reggaeton.
More Spanish trap and more like
Spanish
a Spanish
trap.
trap and like a Spanish R&B.
Cool.
That's what we're doing now. Before it was more like reggaeton, like back in the day. But this is when I was like 19, 20, 21. Now I'm 26. My birthday's November 18th. I'm gonna be 27.
Happy birthday to the motherfucker.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, yo, you got it, bro. You got it.
Asshole.
Cheers, man.
Asshole.
I'll make you fucking laugh when I'm taking a sip, asshole.
You don't like to get crazy?
I don't like to get crazy, no.
Oh, you don't like... okay.
Okay? You're going to leave me alone now? You're going to keep coming at me for my cling cling and my drink?
Housekeeping? You like to jerk off in housekeeping? What kind of a place is this, man?
Dude, Tommy Boy. That's a fucking classic.
R.I.P., man.
R.I.P. Nah, Chris Farley was the GOAT. I don't know if you watched Theo Von's podcast, but he's got like a giant painting of Chris Farley as his backdrop.
Yo, I would love like a painting of Chris Farley in the background, like just laying on a couch naked with just a leaf covering his genitals. It's not homo because it's Chris Farley.
Do you like fat guys? Are
No,
fat guys your
it's not
thing?
homo. It's just a
Oh, no, I'm
hobby.
just saying, like, do you like hanging out with fat guys?
Not really.
Why not? What's your problem with fat guys?
There's no problem with fat guys. I used to be a fat guy. It just freaks me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm kidding. Guys, I'm kidding. I got fat friends. Come on. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with
You're fattest, bro.
When I was fat, bro, it was ridiculous.
Well, you weren't fat when I met you, so you must have been fat when you were younger. Because I met you when we were like fucking 16.
That's true. I was fat when I was way younger. You know, I was at a
You were on the Calhoun
Guys,
basketball team.
Fuck Calhoun, bro. Don't fucking give me. Were you just gonna toast me that? Fuck Calhoun, man.
Nothing.
Yo, Calhoun, eat my dick.
Chill.
I mean,
Chill.
I'm kidding, guys.
He's not kidding. So, Kevin Correa went from Colombia back to New York, started working on this new Spanish trap reggaeton. Why Spanish trap reggaeton? Who are your influences, and what led you down that road? Because when I met you, you were more of an R&B hip-hop kind of world, and you've since transitioned. What sparked that transition? Was there a particular artist you heard that inspired you, or did you meet a producer whose beats you just fucked with really hard? Like, where did this all stem from?
It's not really that. You look at it from a certain standpoint. You look at it as a dream, right? You look at it as something you want to do. You look at it as something, like, oh, I got a dream to do this type of music. But then you got to keep it real with yourself. You know how much competition there is in the English market? You know how much competition there is in America? There's so much competition. There's like 1 in a million to make it. It's quite literal, those... Yeah,
the music world is very oversaturated, and I'm not saying that in an insulting manner. It's just that everyone is pumping. There's a platform for everyone now. Everyone's pumping their stuff.
Exactly.
It's a much more competitive market than it used to be.
Just the internet made it crazy, you know? So it's like, I just figured in Spanish should be a little more easier. Not a little more easier, but since I had a little more connections in Spanish, I just thought to myself, hey, in the business sense, it was a smarter move, you know?
I hear that. And you have a really nice Spanish vibe to you, too.
Thank you.
I think you connect more with that audience as well. And I think it gives you a special flavor. And there's no reason why, dude, there are artists that have dropped bibilingual albums.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they've gone
exactly.
fucking huge. And that's not without that is within your reach.
No, exactly. You start at one point, you know, to get into the other. You get through the Spanish lane, you do pretty well, you go into the English lane, you know what I mean? It just doesn't stop anybody today. There's a lot of crossover songs like Drake with Bad Bunny, Jennifer Lopez with Bad Bunny, Becky G with Ozuna. It's just a lot of things. Cardi B transcended and she's just destroying it, you know. So it's just things like that. It's just you got to look at it from a business sense sometimes.
Who would you say is your biggest artistic influence?
My biggest artistic influence would be it's gonna sound corny as fuck, but I would say Drake.
Drake, well,
the Weeknd.
Okay.
J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Tupac, Biggie, Nas. There's a lot. There's even Spanish rappers like Natch Scratch, Calle 13, Slide, even Daddy Yankee, man. You could take a lot from each of these artists, you know. There's a lot you could respect from each of these artists.
Well, yeah, I'm sensing that at least with a lot of the music I'm seeing pumped out by people our age or people our age in the scene is there's a lot of fusion going on. There's a lot of different flavors blended into one. I mean, like you were saying about your stuff. I mean, it's Spanish, trap, hip-hop all rolled into one.
Exactly.
Reggaeton.
You just got to expand, man. You got to be open to doing a lot of things.
It's like a turducken. You ever have a turducken?
What's a turducken?
Yo, it's a turkey stuffed with duck and chicken.
Nigga, I thought you said a turducken.
Not a turducken.
Okay.
I'm not a savage.
Did you just say a what?
If I was a savage, I'd be a noble savage.
What's a Turducken?
Turducken. So it's like a tur like a turkey, a duh like a duck, and unkin like a chicken.
Where have you ever had that?
Bro, I have that every day of my life for a sandwich. I don't know. But yo,
you crazy, man. I remember like. So wait, you'd be like a savage noble. So what would that make you?
Noble savage?
Like a Viking?
It make me like the biggest fish in a little pond of nobleness.
Have you ever seen like the Vikings on fucking?
Nah, I haven't seen the Vikings.
Yo, that shit's an amazing show. You should watch that shit.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like if we lived in the Viking age, bro, we'd be fucking dead in seconds. Motherfuckers had the right to come at you and chop your shit in half if you weren't strong enough and take your bitch, take your kids, sell your kids into slavery, take your land, your chickens, everything. If you weren't strong enough to defend yourself. Motherfucking, that shit was savage, bro. I couldn't pick up one of those swords, man. I couldn't pick up one of those swords.
No, we are a pussified version of what we used to be physically.
Oh, my God.
Let's be real. Human beings today are a pussified version of what they used to be.
Why does everybody in those motherfucking shows look like Khal Drago? Like, goddamn.
Well, those motherfuckers, that was it, man. If you weren't a fucking gorilla, you died because somebody overpowered you.
So what type of savage would you be?
Noble one.
Wow.
But again, that's like being a big fish in a little pond of nobleness. I don't know, man, because like I'm me. I'm not the. I don't know. Like I'd be the Viking who goes fishing.
Bro, we'd be the unlucky motherfuckers that would get like.
Or I'd get fucking destroyed.
We take a shit and die from infection.
What?
We'd be the unlucky motherfuckers that would like take a shit and die from infection back in the days.
Yeah, for sure. Like all the motherfuckers who fucked Pocahontas.
Yo, I don't know, man.
Died from diseases.
I don't think.
This is not family programming, but go on.
It's definitely not. Yo, how do you feel about like them saying that the Avatar 2 and 3 got wrapped already?
Oh, like the James Cameron Avatar?
Like they got wrapped filming and everything, and then they asked Sigourney Weaver, "Is like, oh, are you gonna think about the Alien reboot?" She's like, "Nah, I'm too busy with Avatar 4 and 5." Mind blown.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Bro, it's
with all of that.
Ridiculous. How do you behind closed doors have 2 and 3 already wrapped?
Imagine it's just like a pyramid scheme where it just keeps getting people's like funding money for all. He's like, oh yeah, I got Avatar 2 and 3's ready.
Yo, remember
we're doing 4 and 5. Just keep it coming.
Yo, speaking of that, remember James Cameron on Future Man?
Oh, dude, yeah, James Cameron. He went. What was it? It was like a relic of his because he went diving or some shit. I can't quite remember it, but I know he was like a focal point of the plot.
Yeah, he was like a folklore. He was like a folk hero but in the future. Yo, when it turns out that in the future, whoa, look at that shit. That shit, Rumble.
That's why you can't yell into the mic. But, you're giving me lots of work to do in post. They're going to need to wait fucking 72 hours to hear this goddamn episode.
It's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome, though.
But remember, and then it just turns out that they just lived on the ground because they were stupid, and everybody who lived overground was just a conformist.
Yeah.
Like they would take off the mask and they were just normal people.
Well, dude, it was fucking crazy. Did you catch? I mean, I might be mistaken, but at the end of season 1, it shows that fucking Tiger is a fucking biotic.
This shit is
That's
crazy.
fucking wild, bro.
Yeah,
fucking wild. And she ended up raising him, which was fucking crazy.
Who?
The tiger ended up raising the doctor. The one she'd been trying to kill the whole time, but then it turns out she was the one who raised him.
What the I gotta peek.
Are you lost? I think you might need to rewatch.
I gotta rewatch.
I'm a spoiler alert, by the way.
This is a Futterman house.
And this is the show. I just want you to know
I was born in this house.
Wrong, grandfather was born in this house.
Grandfather was born in this house. I was born right upstairs. He goes like,
I was conceived in the same bed as your grandfather, and you were conceived in the same bed as I am, just like your child.
I want you to die in that bed. He's a Futterman house. Yo, and then when he went back into the future to meet his younger dad, he was mad cool.
This is a Futterman house.
Yo, he had sex with his own mom.
Bro.
No, he sucked on his own mom.
That was an uncomfortable episode, man. Hilarious, but uncomfortable.
Nah, yeah, that shit was too funny.
Meanwhile, the whole time he thinks he just set his mom and dad up, but he's the one who just went home with his mama.
Oh,
Gross,
God.
bro. Gross.
Oh, my God.
But enough of the incest talk, Kevin.
Speaking of incest.
Yo, do you remember that episode of Community? It was like the second to last episode. It was the wedding episode when he found out Garrett and his wife were related to each other.
Oh,
and that guy's at the end of the episode. He's like, "Hi, I'm like Richard Ryan, and I wrote the incest episode of Community. Incest is not what you think it is." And he went on this whole fucking rant. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I gotta rewatch that one, bro.
That one's insane. That one's towards
Yo,
the end.
season 6 was so like weird, man.
It was just, when I watched it again, because Joe just watched season 6 for the first time. Like when I watched it again, it just seemed like a show that was self-aware that it was ending. Because like every character was kind of having a panic attack.
What was the black IT guy's name?
Oh God, I can't remember off the top of my head. He was fucking hilarious.
His goodbye was like, "Well, bye,
bye. Will we see you again? Maybe."
Like came just how I went.
Yeah, that was some funny shit. So who do you think deserves to be punched in the face more? Your mother or me? Be real.
I'm weighing all the options here. I think you still though.
I think you should fucking crack me in the face, Kevin. That's your mom. You're fucking. That was an easy question. That was a layup, and you pulled the New York Knicks.
I guess. I've been doing some pretty crazy layups lately.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It looked like a WNBA game.
So have you played any?
Bunch of layups.
God damn it, bro. God damn it.
Have I played any what?
I was going to ask, have you played anything else other than NBA 2K lately? Because I know you're a big gamer, and when we were hanging out a lot back in the day, it's something we would talk about a lot.
Yeah, I bought a lot of games. Like I bought a Kami, I bought Dishonored. It was an amazing game. I bought Scheiße. Oh, Sunset Overdrive. That shit was a pretty fun game. If you're Caucasian. I don't know, man. What have you been playing?
I just bought Starlink for the Nintendo Switch.
The fuck is that?
It's the one where Star Fox is included. It's made by Ubisoft.
And what do you do in that game?
It's like have you ever played No Man's Sky?
No, but
do you know the concept?
I was actually looking into the game earlier.
You know the concept. You know what it's
about. Yeah.
Honestly, dude, it's like a blend of Star Fox and No Man's Sky.
So wait, he gets to land on the planet and walk around?
You get to land on the planet. You get to build outposts like observatory, armories. Like you build all this shit. You fight enemies both like on planetary mode and like deep into outer space dogfighting style. So absolutely awesome.
What's the end game?
What do you mean? What's the end? Oh, basically is to not terraform the planets, but like colonize the planets with your observatories and your armories. Because basically it's just your typical good versus evil, Legion versus the Alliance. And you're building up Alliance outposts to fight the Legion outposts.
Okay.
No, honestly, it's pretty cool.
That sounds pretty dope.
Nintendo should just give the keys to Ubisoft for Star Fox. Because it's not a Star Fox game, but Star Fox is like included in it for the Nintendo Switch version.
They did that with Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah, but they gave it to Rareware, and that's why we just got an adventure game.
Oh, man, but I really like that game.
No, Adventures was a fun game. A lot of people hate on it because it's not like your typical Star Fox game.
It was supposed to be like a dinosaur character, but they just
Crystal, who's in the game, it was supposed to be her game.
Just didn't feel like a female protagonist. Just remember that, guys. Was it
that, or was it that Nintendo showed up at Rareware's door and was like, hey, we'll let you use Star Fox? And Rareware was like, yeah, Star Fox will make us a lot of money.
No, that's not what it was. They actually, they did like a focus group on the character, and it didn't pan out. So then they're like, all right.
Are you fucking with me?
No, I'm really not.
You being real?
I'm being 100% real.
No shit.
Yeah, it was
So
supposed
you're
to
telling
be.
me they ran a fucking test?
Did you notice that it's like a dinosaur planet? They're all dinosaur planets?
Yeah, it's called the fucking planet. It's called Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah, but the thing is that it was supposed to be for a dinosaur character.
No, it's supposed to be for Crystal, the fox.
No, it wasn't. It was supposed to be for a dinosaur character.
You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. We're going to have to YouTube it.
No, motherfucker. So maybe if it was for Crystal, then that's cool. But then they did do a focus group, and they're like, nah. So just use that other fox nigga. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe. You're gonna have to show me you know what the fuck you're talking about. That you're not.
I don't gotta show you shit. Bitch.
I think you're riffing.
Take my fucking word.
I think you're riffing.
I don't know what riffing is. I ain't Caucasian, man. I know what freestyling is, but you get my dick.
You're riffing. Well, you're freestyling.
I ain't no freestyling.
You're freestyling.
Oh no,
you can freestyle. I know you can freestyle. Richard freestyled on the last podcast.
Oh my God, Richard is hilarious.
Yo, what? You think you're better than Richard?
No. Well, not at rapping. Definitely, I'm better than Richard.
You want to prove it? You want bars?
No.
I'll give you beat. You want bars?
You'll give me a beat.
I'll give you beat. You want bars?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, no. You don't want to show the people what's good?
I'm good. I don't like your beats, man. We're good.
Oh,
We're
damn.
good.
You're going to make it about me and my inadequacy because you don't want to step up. Okay. I'll take it.
Hey, man.
I'll take it.
I'm able to walk up into the showers without my boxes on. I'm good.
Bro, I walk around all day without my boxes on.
Joe must love that.
Gross. Charlotte loves it.
But then, like, when you're walking by and they're both on the couch, it's still pretty awkward.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, supposed to be like,
you're a sick fuck.
yeah, I'm going to turn the mic over because I want some camera time. Yeah.
You're on the camera. You are very clearly on the camera, whether you were there or there. But do what you want.
Yo, let's talk about this, like, Me Too movement, man, because, like.
You want to go there?
No.
I'm down.
No, I'm going to
just know you're treading on thin ice.
No.
Careful what you say.
I'm going to a specific dude.
All right, go for it.
I'm sorry, man. I just feel bad for him, bro.
Bro, this was like 6 months ago. But yeah, I agree. I feel bad.
No, because I've just always wanted to talk about it because in the sense of like.
All right, yo, sure. Give your opinion.
Like
go for it.
Even the girl came out and said like, yo, I like the guy was just a really bad date. Like,
dude, it just sounded like they were. It just sounds like
they didn't
all
click.
I got was Aziz was awkward.
Yeah,
that's all I really
didn't
got from that
click. He
story.
was an awkward guy, and he said, like, I'm sorry. If you told me, would have said something to me, I would have apologized. You know what I mean? But she just like said it was like, yo, I didn't mean for it to go like that. Like I just thought it was a really bad date. You know what I mean?
Man, the bottom line is like, especially over there in like LA, nobody's safe, man. And you know
That's
what?
true.
In many regards, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You just end up feeling bad for guys like Aziz who are just awkward dudes and don't know how to like romance a girl
Or navigate the situation. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? Or read the room.
You would think
so
a fucking
anyways,
comedian could read the room, but go ahead.
Motherfucker, yeah, it's true. Right?
Well, you know what I'm saying?
That's pretty good.
That's probably why Aziz doesn't do much stand-up anymore.
Yo, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, bro.
I fucking love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I'm not caught up on the new season, so you got to be careful, all right?
Bro, I ain't treading shite.
Don't spoil shit.
Shite.
Even though I spoil shit on this podcast all the time, but
this guy's the worst. One time, this guy made me take a week and a half off to go to South Carolina, and then this dickhead says, yo, we're not going because I have to interview for your new job. You know what happened? I had to take a week and a half vacation for nothing. I'm still pretty. I'm always gonna be salty about that.
Bro, that's fair. You can always be
that's
salty
the only
about
reason,
it. You can chill.
That might be the
always,
only reason you get punched in the face over my mom.
That's the only reason that I
Yo,
feel very sorry for you, or your mom is fucking wild.
I
man.
swear to God.
Holy shit.
I swear to God,
Yo,
I was
chill,
weighing the
son.
options, and that put you over the top.
Let me tell you something, motherfucker. You had months. You could have taken your vacation time back.
Whoa.
You could have taken your vacation time back,
I did not have months. I didn't have months, you piece of doo-doo. I had like 2 weeks before you did that.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's just like that time I beat you at golf.
Bro, you're just mad because I beat you in basketball.
Bro, I beat you.
And now you're making excuses because I beat you one-on-one.
Bro, don't get tight.
One-on-one,
I beat you in baseball, bro. I beat you in baseball.
You can't beat me in
bro.
baseball
you can't
one-on-one.
beat me. Yo, that one time I beat you in a home run
liar,
derby.
Son.
I beat you at a home run derby. You were pitching
nothing.
at me. You were throwing those weak-ass 75-mile-per-hour balls, and I just kept hitting homers on you.
Yo, if I threw 75...
Bro, I was hitting them shits like a pinata without a blindfold on.
If I threw 75 at you, you'd look like a fucking schmuck.
Get the fuck out of
here. If I threw 75
at
you, you'd look like a schmuck.
I'm Colombian, man. It's in my sangre.
You're the worst baseball player
Colombian
on the planet,
and like
bro.
that time I beat you at basketball. You just kept crying. You just kept crying for your Gatorade like a little bitch.
I was sinking threes.
I was fucking dunking on you.
I was sinking threes.
You couldn't even get them up in the air.
Threes.
They were lit
and
just
you
like
got
your penis on Pride Night, man.
Crushed in the paint.
Nah, man. You talking shit.
You got crushed in the paint. And you just can't admit it.
Yo, this guy's arms.
You can't admit it.
This guy's arms.
You can't admit it.
Are like the size of my dick.
Well, you apparently have a very big dick. And it weighed you down in our one-on-one as your dick dragged along the concrete. And that shit was raw by the time the game was over. You're just mad because I beat you at basketball. Are you salty? Ooh.
I don't know how to respond to that one, man.
That's fair. We'll leave it. But so do you plan on getting back into basketball once your knee is back, or are you gonna chill on that for a little while?
I think I'm good, man.
Because you were a hell of a basketball player, if I'm being real with you.
Thanks, man. It's just nah. I mean, like, I'm not getting paid millions to do this, so I'm not gonna pay millions to do this, so I think I'm fine. I think I'll be okay.
You might want to chill in it for a couple of years, let that knee heal.
Exactly. I just shoot around. Don't do nothing crazy.
So what's going on, man? I know at least when we were younger, you experimented with the idea of acting. Is that something you still kind of toy with in your head? Maybe getting into that?
I mean,
because you got a charismatic look and you got good delivery. I think it could work out for you.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I'm not gonna go out and find it. I mean, I gotta take care of my kid and shit, so it gets in the way.
Stick to your music and take care of your kid.
Yeah, I got just time reserved for certain things. If at any moment there's a casting director in the same restaurant I'm in, and I'm making a joke or some shit, he say, "Yo, you be perfect for that part." Be like, motherfucker, cut me a check and we'll do it.
Hell yeah. No, real good for Lisa keeping the option open.
Yeah, it's not about not doing it. It's just that I'm not gonna go out of my way to pay money and
So what do you have planned for after Call Me? You're going to drop Call Me, and is there a mixtape or an EP or album dropping soon after that? Or are you just looking to kind of drop something to hold people over till the next one?
Well, I'm actually going to look to jump off from that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to release another one on November 18th, my birthday, by the way. And then,
happy birthday to the homie.
Happy birthday to the homie, 27, the big 27. But anyways. Nice. But now, and I'm planning to drop something on my birthday, and then I'm going to get a couple more videos shot. On the 23rd, I'm going to shoot another video, and then drop something early December, and then be a little quiet until January, and then drop a mixtape. Not a mixtape, an EP, like a 8 or 9 song EP, not a mixtape. Hate to use that word. It's more like an EP, baby.
Nice. Well, since I've known you, you've been into music. When did that all begin? Were you like a kid, or is this something you found out later in life? Like, where did that all come from?
I don't know, man. I think when I was a kid, I was just always a child. Just a child listening to music and shit.
Oh, what did you listen to a lot when you were a kid? Like, what were your earliest memories of music?
Like NSYNC and shit, Backstreet Boys.
Well, I mean, dude, you're a pretty good pop singer, so it kind of makes sense. I mean, you got a feel for poppy melodies.
Yo, man, JT is one swaggy motherfucker, right?
JT is a swaggy motherfucker.
Yeah.
But that's pretty sweet.
But I mean, yeah, I'm being honest, and then later on came hip hop and stuff, I mean, just be 100% real.
That's what I like to hear. You got any shows coming up?
No.
No? Taking a little break from performing?
Yeah, I mean, like, Christmas is coming, man. Everything gets relatively slow and quiet around Christmas. Everything on the radio, everything everywhere, anything.
It's the off season. It's Q4. Everyone's closing the books.
Yeah, and that whole month, everything you hear is Christmas music.
So where's the Kevin Raines Christmas Spectacular?
How am I supposed to, what do you have in mind for Kevin Raines?
The Kevin Raines Christmas Spectacular?
Yeah. I have a feature with Michael Bublé, and then we throw a
concert. Nah, Bublé's too expensive. I'll get you J-Rob.
J-Rob. Oh, our good friend J-Rob. I swear to God, in another life, this man was a minister and a pastor.
Definitely. Anyone who knows J-Rob would probably agree with you.
This motherfucker, I swear to God, I wouldn't put it past myself if this nigga was the righteous Jesus.
Yo, do you remember when he used to get up and play?
Yo, we got my homeboy J-Rob. Shout out to J-Rob, bro. John Robinson, you the man, bro. A lot of respect for you, man.
J-Rob's gotten 2 shout-outs so far in this show.
This guy is... I feel like that motherfucker could be an author that dies, and then later on we find all his works.
And it's a work of art. Yeah. It's a master class of mythology.
Yeah. I'm some JR talk on shit. Like JR, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then they make that shit into movies. John Robinson, coming to a theater near you. So, you know what I'm saying? Some crazy shit like that. But... this nigga's crazy. So this nigga used to go to sleep every day at 7 p.m. and dead ass turn off all his candles in his room and then put his covers on and then put on his little nightcap and then, drink a little bit of tea and dead ass knock the fuck out. And he would wake up at 4 a.m. to turn the butter and feed the motherfucking chickens. Like, this shit was ridiculous. This motherfucker, like, dead ass would sip a little bit of tea.
When the motherfucking chickens come to roost, baby.
Yo, he was like a farmer in Nassau County.
What's it like to wake up in suburban Long Island at 4 a.m. and just be the only dude?
Every time he woke up, he would have to turn on his candles. of life you live when you wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh man.
You gotta thaw out the chicken, bro.
You gotta make sure the ovens are turned on. Oh.
You gotta heat up the crock pot.
Oh shit.
Why don't you wake up at 4 a.m.? Oh, gotta thaw out those chicken cutlets, man.
What do you answer to that? I gotta get a new chapter into my book. And today I woke up staring at the sun.
Yo, what's it like to go to bed before children's programming is done on television?
What children's programming is done at 7 p.m.? You got Disney Channel. That shit is finished at 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, this guy must be the worst.
But no, bro, the discipline.
No,
the discipline to get your ass out of bed at 4 a.m. every day, to go to bed at 7. Bro, I'm Italian. I don't eat dinner till 7. You know
That's 7.
Like, I'm eating steak when J-Rob's sound asleep.
It would hit the early bird special and then like knock the fuck out. All right. Let's keep going to another one.
I know. We love you, J-Rob.
We love you, J-Rob. You the man, bro. I swear to God, I will never... Yo, my girlfriend, my wife, actually, she only knows you because of that one time she met you at Ready Player One when you walked right up to me, us, when we were sitting in our...
Wait, you ran into him when you went to the movies?
Yo, we went to watch Ready Player One. I went with my girl, right?
Hell yeah.
I told her, yo, it's a great movie. I read the book, da-da-da. And then she's like, all right, let's go watch it. And then, like... And he's like, Kevin? Because he heard me, like, talking. He's like, Kevin? He was a couple rows behind me with some girl.
Wait, so he just kept going, like, Kevin.
He's like, Kevin Correa? He's like, yeah. He was with the girl.
No, he's been with the same girl for a long time. It was
yeah,
probably her.
Yeah,
it was probably
like,
her. Steph, she's really cool.
Kevin Correa? Then he came over to
No way.
And then he came over to my seat. I kind of like OD'd on him. I was like, "Oh, you still gay?" And then she looks at me. And then she looks at me like,
No, dude, I'll never remember the time where I picked you up. You got in my car, and you're like, you know something, man? J-Rob's a good dude. I was like, well, what did he do? And he's like, yo, he came up to me, man. He's like, yo, Kevin, I can't wait to see what you do with your life. And you're like, oh, it made me feel so good, man.
Yeah, J-Rob's a positive human being. Man.
Definitely. He's a good person to have around your life.
Crap.
Good guy to have in your corner.
Yeah, he's amazingly positive, bro. I swear to God. He's a breath of fresh air.
All right, let's stop giving people an ear beating about J-Rob.
Yeah, but he's the man, bro. I swear to God, I would write a sitcom character about the guy.
Well, it writes itself.
He's like a real-life Kramer that's 5'7".
Dude, that's not bad. Yo, if we did the contest, he would be the first one out.
Oh, let me get something to eat. He just goes into the refrigerator.
I'm out. I heard they spoofed that in Sunny. I haven't gotten up to that episode yet, but I heard they spoofed that. It's great.
It's
Dude,
amazing. It's amazing.
So what do you think of the new season of Always Sunny? I'm going to end up talking to so many people about that on this fucking podcast.
The new season of Always Sunny, bro, I kind of love it. But I do feel other seasons have been better. But I really like this one. I like what they did. It was I don't know. It's just been pretty funny, man. What episode did you watch up to?
I've seen the first 4 episodes.
You got up to Time's Up, right?
Yeah, which was awesome. The dentist was the only one who covered his fucking tracks. The one who you would have thought going into it was screwed.
He was a guy.
He's a psycho.
Nope. You guys were actually hired by me, and this list was inevitably made up by me.
Warning, you're going to get tired of hearing of this, but if that show doesn't end with Dennis fucking killing everybody, I'm pissed off.
Nah, because...
That's the only way for that show to end.
Nah, because I'm going to be 100% honest with you. You got to keep...
Go for it.
You got to keep watching.
I'll keep watching. Oh, you tell me... okay.
Keep watching.
I feel you.
He's not generally there the whole season. You know?
No, I heard he's a little bit in and out.
I'm going to take an asthma pump real quick.
An asthma pump?
We've been laughing too hard.
Are you saying J-Rob's not good for your health? Talking about J-Rob's not good for your
I
health?
actually I read somewhere in a medical journal that laughing actually helps you fight off disease. So motherfucking J-Rob, you are the man, bro.
Is that true, though?
No, it's true.
I feel, because it just sets a positive mind, and they say like a positive mind.
No, but it's something that happens. It's something that happens. It releases like some kind of endorphins that help you out. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel you.
But yeah, I've heard that a lot too, and I read it, and then you do your research, it makes sense.
Hell yeah! I wanted to get your perspective on something.
So,
because I feel like a lot of people have this attitude a lot of people are guilty of this attitude, of this idea of you can't, like, pursue your dreams and, like, have a family at the same time.
That's 100% not true, man.
That's why I wanted to bring it up with you, because you're somebody who's actually doing both at the same time. You just had a beautiful son, Zachary, with your wife.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Beautiful kid. He's an awesome kid. Much better looking than him.
I hear that. Yeah, that's like the second time in 2 days I've heard that.
Well, it's fucking true. It's a good-looking kid. But
one of those two people is my mom. But
maybe that's why you wanted to punch her in the face.
Me and mom, we got some beef. We don't. I love my mother.
Yeah, I know you love your mom. But yeah, what do you have to say for, like, people out there who kind of would argue with you and be like, nah, man, you can't be doing that kind of risk when you have a kid. You kind of need to go for the safe dollar. Like, what do you have to say to those kind of people?
I mean, it's not necessarily a risk, man. You just find somebody that will support you, and you will support them. You know what I mean? And then the thing is that you just got to make sure you're there. You got to make sure you got to make sure you're there as a family man, as a father, as a husband. You got to make sure you're there, man. Because every day you have a kid, man. Every day is work. You know what I'm saying? That's job. You got to make sure a little human being stays alive. You know what I mean? Hold on.
Yeah, go for it. No, you just had your asthma pump.
Yeah. But I had to burp. I just had some disgusting chips from some fucking unknown store that I'm not saying his name because they're not cutting me checks.
Unknown store. But go on.
What I was Reggie quinoa, bitches. What was I going to say?
Talk about having the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Pursuing your dream, responsibility of being a father day in and day out.
It's just about being responsible, man. It's just like any dream, you got to want it and you got to fight for it. But then that's life. You got to fight for it and then you got to want it. You have a kid, you got to fight for him and you got to want him. You got to love them. You have a wife, same thing. But then there's something more at stake, you know. You're going to be able to do it. If you really want that dream, hey, man, then you're really going to be able to do it, let me tell you. It's all about drive. It's all about perspective. But it's about what you want to do. It's all in you.
Well, I'm saying a lot of it is the fucking hustle, man. And I got to say, it's fucking great keeping up with you and following you on Instagram and shit, checking your stories every day where, dude, it's just day in and day out. You're on the fucking hustle. Day in and day out, you're spending time with your kid. You know, day in and day out, you're just doing it all fucking around. I think it's fucking cool. I think more people ought to go for it. More people ought to take, because I know you say it's not a risk, but it is a risk in the sense of, you know, you could go for an easier top dollar. You know, what you're doing is not the easiest way to make money. It's worth acknowledging.
Yeah, exactly.
That, you know, but you're fucking hustling and you're getting it.
I respect that, man.
I just saw. Did you have a fucking clothing sponsorship on Instagram? I saw you were posing with some duds.
Yeah, man. I get a clothing line here or there. They'll sponsor me.
I don't know if you want to give them a plug. It's up to you.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to Ubuntu Revolution, man. They really holding it down. There's a lot of your famous actors and rappers are wearing it.
Yeah,
man,
this is the last one you did a shoot with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, really tight duds,
And then there'll be a new one with this other clothing line, Point Blank. It's gonna be really nice. You look them up, Ubuntu Revolution on Instagram and Point Blank. Point Blank is coming soon. All right, but they got some amazing stuff coming, bro. But yeah, man. I mean, it's just about doing what you got to do. Like you, man, you're working. But you're doing this podcast. This podcast is really dope. Thank you for having me, by the way, man.
Of course.
Landi
Love having you.
Lodge, the most Caucasian name on podcast.
Well, it is an Italian last name, and it's not the Sicilian
No,
kind.
the Lodge part. The Lodge.
The Lodge. Oh, yeah. Well, what makes you say that? What about lodges is Caucasian?
When have you ever heard of a Spanish person working into a lodge?
I mean, my mom.
I'll go fuck yourself, man.
Oh, don't tell me go fuck myself.
No,
yes, for an example.
No, get the fuck out of here. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
What do you mean doesn't fucking count? What about my uncle?
All right, name a black person who's walked into a lodge.
Daryl.
Dude, get the
fuck.
Yo,
you're just fucking mad because I've got you.
No, I'm not.
I will change the subject.
Change the subject.
We'll go back
and
and
was almost not black.
Yo, lay off my boy Daryl.
Yeah,
unless you want to get fucked up.
Yo, Daryl.
Unless you want to get fucked up.
Daryl looks like he just discovered 99 uses for peanuts.
I saw that comment. Daryl, we love you.
We're
referencing the picture you and I took at Stars Rooftop down in Charleston.
Like a young George Washington Carver.
Young John Washington Carver.
No, a young George Washington Carver. He discovered more than 100 uses for peanuts.
Isn't he the guy who made peanut butter?
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker.
How do you just sit there and discover 99 plus uses for an object?
Bro, you know,
Rocks.
It's like you were saying, man. You know, you just got to go for your dream. Some people might think you're crazy, but like if you're the guy in third grade who was like, I'm gonna find 99 uses for peanuts without shoving them up your ass, and you know what? He did it.
You know what he did, man.
Who do you think was more important, the 99 uses for peanuts or Martin Luther?
Martin Luther King?
No, Martin Luther.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
Oh, Martin Luther.
Martin Luther.
The guy that made the penis. The peanuts. I said it too quick. You can't edit that part out.
No, it's not being
That
edited.
was magical.
Bro. Absolutely no editing. None. Do you like peanut butter? Or were you one of those fucking assholes who was allergic to peanut butter and ruined it for the rest of the fucking class?
My wife's allergic to peanut butter.
I want to beat what?
My wife's allergic to peanut butter, bitch.
Is she really?
She's allergic to nuts. She's allergic to nuts.
But is peanut butter chill?
No, it's nuts.
Okay, just check. I don't know.
It's peanut butter.
Bro. Well, your wife ruined it for everybody.
I mean, but she wasn't in my class, motherfucker.
True.
Yo, man. I used to love like the chunky one.
Yeah, dude, Skippy chunky?
Nah,
or were you a Jif guy?
Yo, Skippy.
I was more Jif, but I can fuck with Skippy.
Skippy recently gave me like an allergic reaction. I broke out in the hives.
For Skippy?
Yeah.
Whoa. Creamy or crunchy?
Crunchy,
okay.
But still, I ain't fucking with Skippy no more.
Don't fuck with Skippy.
I love Jif though.
Jif is the tits.
Jif is the titties, bo
Jif
bitties.
is the titties, bo bitties.
The chunky one, I fucking love. I love the pause nuts. I love that.
He loves the nuts.
I love the nuts and the chunkiness. Pause.
I don't know, man. This all started because your wife's the asshole who's allergic to peanut butter.
You can't talk in today's America without sounding gay.
I'm pretty sure you can. Just gotta not talk about loving nuts.
Yo, you remember that episode of The Office when they were like?
Probably not, but go on.
When they were getting that baby shower party ready for Jan, and then he goes like,
"Didn't see this episode, but if you would like to talk about it, I'm not gonna stop you."
He walks into the conference room where they're like throwing together the baby shower, and he goes like, "I think you should put your mouth on it." He goes like, "How could you use that?" He goes like, "Did you write them down?" She takes the paper and she goes like, "Oh, that looks hard." "Oh, you should put your mouth on it." "Oh." You know, he would have the progressive joke of going, "That's what she said." Go fuck yourself, all right? You never watched The Office, man?
I watched a few episodes. It just didn't stick.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not shitting you. I'm gonna get flack for this. Give me the flack. I'm just
I'm just gonna
it's
leave
whatever,
you.
bro.
You're Caucasian. You haven't watched The Office. I'm just gonna leave you alone. You probably get enough. You're good. You're chilling.
Oh, I'm chilling.
You probably watch
Don't
Grey's
matter.
Anatomy.
I don't watch any Grey's Anatomy.
Cool.
But I'm sure you did.
No, hell no.
Bro, you used to talk about Grey's Anatomy in Marine Bio. You used to bring it up all the time, bro. Fuck
just
you.
Motherfucker, just because you have the Caucasian voice and you sound like you're right doesn't mean that you're telling the truth, man.
Yo, you keep coming at me with this Caucasian thing, bro. You got something against Caucasians?
Whoa, do you got something against Caucasians?
Nah, I'm 50% Italian, I'm a Puerto Rican, and I'm 25% Cuban being.
So leave it alone.
I will leave it alone.
Caucasian has nothing to do with your nationality. It has to do with your skin color.
But why do you keep coming at me with the Caucasian?
Because I'm Caucasian.
Yeah, but why do you keep coming at the Caucasians, bro? Or do you hate yourself?
I mean,
do you hate yourself? Do you self-hate because you're Caucasian?
I just feel like it's not racist if I'm saying it.
No, of course not. I'm just fucking with you.
Jeez. What is my kid, by the way?
What is your kid?
Yeah, he's
Jesus
Japanese
fucking
and Colombian.
Christ, he's Japanese and Colombian.
I mean, technically,
he's got a tan skin tone.
No, he doesn't.
A little bit.
That guy is
more
white.
than me.
No, that guy is white.
He's whiter than me?
Yeah, he's whiter than you.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just projecting something onto your kid.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
You're an adult. He's a baby. I was gonna be darker than you. I mean, like
there are babies that are much darker than me, Kevin.
But if his pigmentation is just not darker than you, how do you expect him to get a tan and get darker?
I don't know. I just kind of maybe it's the filters Meg's using on Instagram, but I just see he looks kind of tan.
It's probably the filter. Nah, but that kid's pretty white.
All right, him and I are gonna do pigmentation, and if he's not fucking sleeping when we go back to your place, but. Do a little pigmentation scan.
He's probably gonna be knocked, but
he's probably knocked out.
Yeah, he's a young kid, man. He's 5 months. Love
5 fucking months, dude. What's that been like?
It's been amazing.
Talk about it. Let's talk about that.
Oh man,
what's it like having a fucking kid, dude?
I'm gonna tell you. If y'all gonna have a kid, just be sure that just make sure that you're prepared to lose so much sleep.
I feel you on that.
It's tiring, but it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's not as bad as people think. It's really not as bad as people think. If you have a good job and your wife has a decent job, bro, this is possible. I'm telling you, this is possible. I'm not telling you to go out and have kids, because I'm telling you, it's a known fact. Parents with new babies, they lose 6 months of sleep altogether. Like if you take...
In what span of time? Out of curiosity.
Within the first years. Let's say within the first 4 or 5 years.
Okay. Go on.
Like, if you take every hour you could have taken for sleep, like, let's say you slept 5 hours instead of your normal 8. You take that, you add it up. You lose on an average of 6 months of sleep with your new child.
Oh, shit.
So if every time you have a child, you got to make sure you're prepared to lose 6 months of sleep within the first 5 years of that life.
So should people hibernate before having children?
I just think people should be ready. You know what I'm saying? No, kids are a blessing. Kids are a gift. I love my son so much. But remember, guys, just be ready. Just think about it. Be ready. Me and my wife, we spoke to each other, and we thought we were ready, so we had our child, you know what I mean? But it's so tired, I swear to God. There's nights, there's like nights, man, where I like fuck up and I stay up to 3 a.m. just watching fucking The Office or Brooklyn Nine-Nine or fucking The Goldbergs. I don't know why I love that Jewish family. I love them so much. But damn, bro, and then like I got into bed, and my wife usually wakes up like at 4 in the morning. I got into bed, and at 4:30, that little guy wakes up.
Early to bed, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Early to rise.
Make sure y'all knock the fuck out when y'all need to, and y'all got to keep a schedule. Huh. But you know what? I'm not tired anymore because of the baby. I'm tired because I'm an asshole or because I got PT.
Well, you're always on the grind too, dude, and you got the fucking physical therapy on top of it. You know what I'm saying? You got a loaded plate right now.
Yeah, but like, yo, let me tell you, being a parent is not as bad as people say it is, all right?
Well, most people, like you said, have this attitude of it's a blessing, but it does come with its share of difficulty. But I very rarely hear anybody talk negatively about having children.
Almost definitely, but just be ready.
Well, let me ask you, what were some of the things you did to be ready? Like, when you found out you were having this kid, like, what was, like, was there a shift in attitude? Like, was there anything you were like, okay, I have to get this in place? Like, when you say be ready, what are some of the things that you mean by that?
I'm just saying,
want to unwrap that.
Nah, just be ready in the sense of your attitude. Be ready in the sense of your responsibility.
Well, you got to want to have the kid, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. My shift came right the moment when he was born. That's when my shift came, you know?
A lot of people talk about that as like when the kid's born, there's just this shift in attitude once you see him. I mean, you're, of course, more inclined to speak on that than I am.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're retarded, then you put your needs before the child. That's all I can say.
Well, at that point, you're not ready. I think that's a lot of what you're talking about when you say be ready to have a fucking kid.
Yeah, and I don't mean retarded. I don't mean retarded in like unpolitical term, but I mean retarded like in you're dumb as fuck and you would put yourself before your kid. So that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. I almost feel like in some sense, like, is having a kid like having an ego death in a sense? It's almost like...
No, because like you said, I have a family and I'm still following my dream. If you had an ego death, then you would stop following.
Well, I mean, maybe in the sense of like... Because many people are, I don't want to say self-driven or selfish, but we do put ourselves first.
Yeah, but
but then like you have that kid, it's like, hey, that's an automatic number 1 seed.
No, but then that goes back to your question of like, following your dreams while you have a family and kids. You know what I'm saying? That's also depends on the person of their drive. You know what I mean? Like
Fair enough.
said, that could be an ego killer. You're out to become a ballet dancer. You get pregnant, that'll destroy your dream. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why...
That will kill your ego.
That's why some women are given a raw deal, man.
You know what I'm saying? No. But I'm saying not because it's a woman or anything. Like, say, like, you're a father. You want to become a rapper.
Hell yeah.
But then, like, your wife doesn't have a job, or the girl you got pregnant doesn't have a job, and you really got to put up for your family. Then you got to sacrifice your thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? That's the ego death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're the type of person that would rather go get your hair done than be chill with your child, then...
And fuck you.
That's not ego death. That's just being selfish, you know?
Well, it's self-centeredness. You have to be, you have to be some...
Kind of
I can't imagine having a child and fucking, like, putting myself first like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like... And it's almost... I don't want to say it's a no-brainer because there are people like that, but that's the only shift.
Oh, there are people like that for sure.
I feel like that shift just makes you responsible enough, you know?
No, I hear you. I definitely hear you. I've definitely seen a transformed version of yourself. You definitely have this deeper aura of maturity and understanding of, what it takes to fucking be a fucking father.
And you hardly see me.
I definitely don't see you as much as I used to. But bro, you're on to better things right now.
Oh yeah.
You're on to better things right now.
Definitely.
Not that I'm not a motherfucking prize, but
look at you, man. You're wearing a flannel, a blue flannel.
Blue flannel, bro.
It's dope.
It is dope. Well, you're motherfucking dope, son.
Thank you, man. You are dope too, Nick Landi.
Yes, Kevin Correa. What's your fucking actual last name?
Correa.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that the truth?
Yeah.
Because I recall a time where I needed to know another part of your name.
Correa Serna, man. Damn.
Okay, that's it. We'll save that story. We won't have to talk about that.
That'll be episode 26.
Well, we're a little bit further in.
We're
We
a
can
little
get to that.
You're gonna see leather couches all over here.
Oh, it's gonna be pumping strobe lights.
I'm gonna be allowed to smoke in that episode. Watch, guys.
Hell yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, episode 26.
So let me ask you: are you gonna have another kid?
You know what, man? In like 4 or 5 years.
That's probably a good gap.
I just like prepare myself to lose that sleep again. You know, I'll come to terms, man. I'm 20. What? I'm gonna be 27 in 4 or 5 years. I'll be 32.
Oh, you got plenty of time, man.
Yeah,
dude, men can reproduce till they're fucking 50.
Exactly, but the decline of my hair is gonna be almost there, so I'll be fine.
Who gives a fuck about your hair? You could just LeBron it, let that thing slowly die.
Hey, LeBron did not let it slowly die. Like I got it like jet black inked into his hair.
Well, it's like Stephen A. too. Stephen A. looks like he's wearing like a fucking toupee these days. Stephen A. So we got the holidays coming up. No disrespect to Thanksgiving. But I wanted to bring it up because I recall a Christmas Eve circa 2016. Was it 2016? I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. This happened right at the Merrick train station, like at the light
we were
for
cruising.
sunrise.
We were cruising. I just picked you up from Trader Joe's at like fucking 12 a.m.
Yeah.
We're cruising, and we get to the corner of Merrick Avenue and Sunrise Highway.
Yo,
in Merrick,
you do
New
not
York.
believe what we see.
Yo, just to paint a picture, anyone who may not know the area, where we're right by a train station. We're actually kind of underneath it. It's the intersection at a main highway. We're at a red light, and then we look over to the pedestrian crossway, and we see a big fat bum dressed in all red with a big white beard. So we start cracking up.
Yo,
and we're like, yo, it's motherfucking Santa
Yo,
Claus.
but he was dressed as Santa Claus.
He was downgraded from a reindeer
to a cart with cans in
to a
it.
fucking shopping
So we're
cart.
like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, so he starts inching forward onto the motherfucking highway.
He starts fucking crossing the highway. He starts fucking crossing the highway, and there's like a bunch of cars, like 2 cars coming.
They just go, no, but there were more before. They're just going, zoom, just passing them.
It's
and then
fucking like,
go
ahead. You got it.
Yo, there's like these cars just passing, zoom. You can hear the cans just moving from the winds and the vibration.
It's fucking like 1 a.m.
This
So the
motherfucker has
only
no
people
fear.
driving on fucking Sunrise Highway are going like 80 miles an hour, and these people are zooming. And so we're laughing at fucking bum Santa Claus with his shopping cart because we just think it's funny on Christmas Eve. It's snowing and shit. And then we watch this guy. He like rolls his shopping cart out into the crossway and starts walking. And I like start hitting you in the arm, like, bro, what are we watching right now?
I'm like, yo, bro,
What
this
is he
guy just decided to kill himself tonight.
There's a car coming, hauling like 70 miles an hour, and he's in the middle of the fucking crosswalk.
Yo, with that as the case, we're just about to witness this.
We're gonna watch Santa kill himself on Christmas Eve. The fucking car's coming. He's holding the shopping cart, and we're like, oh!
We're like, oh! And then misses him.
Right,
by a
just
centimeter,
fucking
by like
missed
a
him.
fucking hair,
Dude,
bro.
that was like I was so scared I was going to watch Santa Claus get launched across the fucking highway that when I saw he was alive, I got rushed with such a relief that I just couldn't stop laughing.
I thought maybe that motherfucker was Santa Claus at that
For
point.
real. I was like, damn, hard times for Santa Claus.
This motherfucker thought at that moment, all right, it's not my time. Yo, that shit would, but if he would have gotten run over, I would have taken those cans.
Bro, if he got run over, I was going to go see therapy.
I would have taken those cans, B. That's like a bowl of soup.
You're a fucking psychopath.
That's a lot of cans.
Dude, if I watched fucking Santa Claus kill himself on Sunrise Highway in the middle of Christmas Eve, I would have needed therapy for about 20 years. I would be sitting there talking about like, well, I guess Christmas is just over for me.
You put imagine he would have got run over. You see like all the blood on the snow on the highway, and then you just like we run to the body, and he's just like,
dude, yo, imagine like he's doing that. He's like, he's still breathing, and they were like, yo, we have to kill him.
As he
like,
should,
we gotta put him out of his misery.
As he shitting himself.
We gotta put him out of his misery. Well, I'm not doing it.
And I'm like, he's not an animal. He's not an animal. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That would have been the worst Christmas ever.
I would have been like,
I could never have another Christmas again if that shit.
I
with
said
that
it.
shit.
It's the holidays, man. What are we about to see?
What are we watching right now? I thought he was just gonna get fucking flattened. I thought he was trying to get flattened. It just missed. Like it was close.
Yo, this dude was ready to die.
It's not like he overshot it and like had like tons of room. Like
This dude, he looked like he was just done. Like he was just tired.
The wind from the car was so strong, his beard wrapped around his fucking neck.
Yo, he looked like he didn't want to see no more kids, man.
Yeah. These fucking kids sit on my lap every year asking me for bullshit.
I'm tired of Mrs. Claus's shit.
Nobody ever asks Santa what he wants. Well, never mind. We fucking feed the fat fuck with cookies.
Yeah, man, diabetes.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of pissed. I'm kind of pissed my parents ate those cookies all those years. Like, those were perfectly good cookies.
I'm from the hood. What cookies?
You never left out cookies for Santa?
No.
You never left out Oreos?
No.
You didn't leave out carrots for the reindeer?
I didn't personally. My nephews did, but I did. I never ever did in my house.
Did you have Christmas growing up? Like a real like?
No, we had actual Christmas. Like I get.
You just never left shit. Well, when did you know Santa wasn't real
I was
anymore?
like 5.
You were
man.
5. Okay, so they let you on early. They let you on early. I knew when I was
no,
like 8.
it was like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, the motherfucking time where, like, they go, like, oh, we're going to go visit Santa Claus at Toys R Us. But then, like, y'all going to go visit Santa Claus at Toys R Us?
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, you catch on pretty quick. I remember when me and my brothers, I think I was about, like, 7 or 8 years old. Andrew, that would make Andrew, like, 12, and Chris was, like, 5 or 6. And we went downstairs, and we found a recording on, like, the house computer. And it was a recording our dad left for us.
And your Windows 98.
Yeah, exactly. Windows 98, fucking dial-up and shit. And it was my dad had a pre-recorded Christmas message for us. And and we listened to it. It was like, oh, well, I guess either Dad's Santa or Santa's not real.
Whoa.
And Mr. Landi has a mustache. He does not have a beard. So it was pretty easy to make that decision.
That's fucking hilarious. If you're watching this, I'm dead, and Santa Claus is real. Dad! Yeah, son. Oh, yeah. I guess he's not real.
Bro, I remember did you ever go to, like, religion class when you were a kid? Did you ever go to religion class?
Oh, my God, yes.
Like Tuesdays after school?
Nah,
bro,
it was every Sunday.
Bro, I remember we were maybe, like, 10 years old. And it's like we were getting our communions or confirmations or some shit or whatever. And we're talking about Christmas. And this kid, Bobby, goes like, yeah, you know, my parents told me that Santa wasn't real last year. And
what a dickhead,
and this kid in the back was like, what? And this girl, the sweet girl cat, was like, Bobby, what are you talking about?
Oh, my God.
Santa's real.
How old was he?
We're like 10 years old.
Yeah, I would have jumped him, bro.
Yo, you have to know. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the whole class, like, turned and looked at this kid whose world just shattered. And, yo, he starts crying. And he's like,
that's crazy.
Bro, I found out when I was like 8. I remember looking at him. I was like, man, that could have been me.
It's tough, man.
Tough times, man.
Wait,
Tough
did
times.
you ever, wait, how much time do we have left?
Oh, we got a little bit of time if you wanna bring it home.
Did you see season 2 of Atlanta?
No.
Damn, right.
Yo,
This is
that's
irrelevant.
when we
It's
come
not relevant.
when I have you back on, we're gonna talk season 2 of Atlanta.
So relevant, but,
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, next time you come on, I'll watch season 2 Atlanta. That's what we'll lead off with. But I think this is a good place to wrap it up.
All right, yo, man, yo, Nick Landi, thank you for having me on the Landi Lodge
Dude,
episode 3.
we had a great fucking time. I'm glad you're here. Kevin Correa, motherfucking fire musician. Tell the
Thank
people
you,
where
guys.
they can find you again before we shut it down.
Y'all already know, man. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Kevin Reigns, REIGNS1 at Instagram. Remember, follow my wife, Meggie Cakes. She makes them dope cakes, like, ready to order. Any design you want.
Delicious.
Do what you got to do. And thank you for having me, Nick. It was amazing.
When's Call Me coming out?
Call Me comes out November 9th.
November 9th. That's coming up. That's 4 days. What the fuck are you doing in 4 days? You're listening to Call Me. You don't listen to Call Me? I don't want to fucking do business with you. You
10
heard
o'clock.
it here. It's fucking Landi Lodge. November 9th. Call Me. Kevin Reigns. We're done. Kevin, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Nick. I love lamp.
I'll have you on soon, motherfucker.